Welcome back to another deep dive. Our listeners, are always sending in such fascinating topics,
Mhm.
and we really appreciate that. So today we're going to dive into a subject that's, I think, captivated humanity for centuries.
Mm.
Really, the pyramids,
Yeah,
and more specifically, some of the creepy and more mysterious facts surrounding them. Will focus mainly on the Great Pyramid of Giza, but
sure.
yeah, but we'll try to touch on some other things too, I think.
Yeah, in fact.
So yeah, we really want to kind of unearth some of the lesser known things,
Yeah.
go beyond the typical stuff that you learn in school and really get into
Right.
like the hidden chambers and some of the unexplained things that have happened and are happening there. And of course, the legends,
Well,
because
yeah,
it wouldn't be the pyramids without the legends, right?
exactly. And I think that's where the fascination lies. It's that you have this incredible, monument to human ingenuity and engineering, and then you have this whole other layer
Mm.
of, mystery and the unexplained, and it really captures the imagination.
For sure. I mean, even after centuries of, research and exploration and
Yeah,
scientific investigation, there's still so much we just don't know about these structures.
absolutely. And I think one of the most compelling examples of that is the discovery just a few years ago in 2017. They used muon radiography, which is kind of like using X-rays to see through really, really dense material.
Oh, wow.
And they found this huge void above the Grand Gallery, like an enormous empty space. And to this day, nobody knows for sure what it's for.
It's wild. I mean, could it be another hidden chamber? Is it a secret passage? Is it, maybe the burial chamber for a pharaoh we haven't discovered yet? I mean, the
Yep.
possibilities aren't
Exactly. It
blurred.
really is. It's like this big blank space on the map,
Yeah.
waiting to be explored and understood. And it just makes you realize how much more there could be to discover within the pyramid.
And speaking of unexplored areas and mysteries, you can't really talk about the pyramids without mentioning the curse of the pharaohs, right? I
No,
mean,
of course.
that's like classic creepy pyramid stuff, right?
It's so ingrained in popular culture, isn't it? The idea that anyone who dares to disturb the tombs of these ancient rulers will suffer some kind of supernatural retribution.
Right, and I think a lot of that stems from what happened to Lord Carnarvon after the tomb of Tutankhamun was opened.
Yeah, he died just a few months later. And even though they said it was from an infected mosquito bite, the timing was so uncanny that people couldn't help but connect it to the tomb's opening.
For sure. Like, I mean, an infected mosquito bite, that's something that could happen anywhere, but it happening so soon after such a momentous event. I mean, like you said, it's just too perfect for fueling those beliefs about a curse.
And then there were all these other stories about people connected to the excavation experiencing strange misfortunes or dying prematurely. So whether you believe in curses or not, it definitely adds to the whole mystique surrounding the pyramids.
Absolutely. Okay, so moving on from curses, let's talk about the actual construction of these pyramids, because even setting aside any supernatural stuff, the precision and skill involved is just mind-blowing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the fact that they managed to align the Great Pyramid so precisely with true north using the tools available to them over 4,000 years ago, that's incredible.
Yeah, and the dimensions of the pyramid are so closely aligned with mathematical constants like pi and the golden ratio. It's almost unbelievable.
Right. And we still don't fully understand how they did it. There aren't really any detailed records from the time that explain their construction methods.
Which, of course, has led to all sorts of theories, right? I mean, some people believe they must have had access to some kind of advanced technology that's been lost to time.
Yeah, and then there's the more fringe theories about alien intervention and things like that, which are always fun to think about.
For sure. But even if we stick with the more mainstream explanation that it was all done by human hands, the logistics of moving and placing those massive stones are still pretty baffling.
Yeah, we're talking about blocks weighing on average 2.5 tons each. And they had to be transported sometimes over huge distances and then lifted and fitted together with incredible accuracy.
And then on top of that, there's the mystery of the heat anomalies, right? Like a few years back, some thermal scans revealed that certain blocks within the pyramid are significantly hotter than others.
Yeah, that's a really interesting one. And there are a lot of different theories about what might be causing those temperature differences. Some people think it could indicate the presence of hidden chambers or passages.
And then there are the more out there theories about the pyramids somehow focusing electromagnetic energy, maybe even acting as some kind of ancient power generator.
Right. And while those are a bit more speculative, it's clear that there's something unusual going on with the heat distribution within the pyramid.
For sure. Okay, so I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about the pyramids, not just as physical structures, but also in terms of their spiritual and symbolic meaning to the ancient Egyptians,
Mm.
because
Yeah.
we know they weren't just tombs, right? They were seen as gateways to the afterlife, as integral parts of the pharaoh's journey into the next world.
Exactly. And a lot of that belief is reflected in the pyramid texts, which are these inscriptions found inside some pyramids that contain spells and rituals intended to help the pharaoh navigate the afterlife.
Oh, wow. So they were like instruction manuals for the afterlife.
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
And there's also the belief that the pyramids were intentionally built on lightly lines, which are these hypothetical energy lines that supposedly crisscross the Earth.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about those. So they thought the placement of the pyramids was significant in terms of harnessing some kind of natural energy.
Exactly. It's all connected to this idea of the pyramids being more than just tombs. They were seen as powerful spiritual conduits.
Which kind of makes the stories of strange sounds and echoes inside the pyramids even more intriguing.
Oh, absolutely. There are reports of people hearing these eerie echoes when they clap or chant in the king's chamber, and some even claim to hear whispers or humming noises coming from the deeper passages.
Okay, yeah, that's getting into creepy territory for sure. And then to top it all off, there's the whole mystery surrounding the missing capstone of the Great Pyramid.
Right? The golden capstone that was supposed to have adorned the very top of the pyramid.
It just vanished. Nobody knows for sure what happened to it.
Some believe it was stolen, others think it may have fallen or been removed intentionally. But regardless of what happened to it, the missing capstone just adds another layer of mystery to the whole thing.
It does. And there are even some theories that the capstone was more than just decorative, that it served some kind of important function. Maybe it was even the key to unlocking some of the pyramid's secrets.
Right. Some people believe it was made of a special material that could conduct energy, or that it contained some kind of inscription or symbol that held the key to understanding the pyramid's true purpose.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder what other secrets might be hidden within those walls. What other mysteries are waiting to be uncovered?
It's incredible to think that after all this time, the pyramid still holds so much power to fascinate and intrigue us.
Exactly. So as we wrap up here, I want to pose a question to you, our listener. Out of all the mysteries surrounding the pyramids, which one captures your imagination the most and why? Let us know in the comments because we'd love to hear your thoughts.
It's a question that has captivated humanity for centuries, and it's one that we may never have a definitive answer to, but that's part of what makes the pyramids so endlessly fascinating.
So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep into the mysteries of the world around us.
And we'll be right here with you every step of the way.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
See you next time.
See you later.